All right. Cultivating a life-giving community around you. So, first off, what do I mean by life-giving? What does it mean to facilitate life, to give life to something? It means to go through a journey of possible contractions and going through a journey of bringing forth growth and potential, and going through a journey into full bloom, into maturity with other humans. Cultivating a life-giving community means to nurture, to nourish, to water, to tend to human relations. It means to create a reciprocal relationship with other human beings, a truly mutually beneficial, closed-loop, regenerative relationship with those that you surround yourself with, those that you choose to be in relation with, that you choose to give life to and receive life from, and give offerings to and give and receive offerings from. So that's a bit about the life-giving community and what that means. And in tending and in nurturing and giving, making offerings and cultivating a life-giving community, a community in general, that thus and consequently gives life to the earth, gives life to everyone surrounding your community. It gives life to facilitate change. It allows for a deeper and bigger, greater impact that can be made through the strength of a community, the strength of a truly rooted, grounded, and connected community of people. So I also like to talk about how we live, or planet Earth is a relationship. So we're floating in space on this round orb, and it's a relationship. Everything is related. Everything is connected. Everything that every ounce of water we've ever drank has been here since the beginning of time. Just cycles through the atmosphere and the living beings here. All the blood ever shed from all of our ancestors goes back to the earth, and it stays here. It just changes form. Everything that was once here is still here, just transformed into a plant or a tree or food for something. So every breath we take is connected to the trees, and as we give back. Every out-breath that we take is an offering back to the trees. So we have this connection of life with trees. Same with humans. So, just as we can recognize and tend to the relations with all of life, it's important to remember the human family and how important it is to take the time to nurture our relationships. And on a really practical level, for me, I've had this almost like a bit of an obsession throughout my life about mending relations. And if there has been, bad feelings or challenges or conflict with anyone in my life since I can remember, I really like to push through the icky, uncomfortable, awkward moments, super awkward, challenging moments of just humbling myself to have conversations with people that maybe I haven't forgiven, or people that maybe haven't forgiven me. And just be in a good way with everyone in my life, and to kind of walk that. And as of course I'm sharing about it, so how can I be in full right relationship and integrity with what I'm sharing? And so that's one way that I really feel that I've always cultivated a life-giving community and human relations around myself. Of course, I'm not perfect, and there's many moments where I feel like it's challenging to give myself to vulnerability, give myself to those challenges, those conflicts, those feelings of something's just a little off here with this person, or whatever it might look like. And it's good to, Luna talking about traversing your inner landscape. It's what I really like to do is to kind of check all my boxes in relations with humans, to just check in with myself and make sure that it's not really just, it's not really just an issue that they're triggering in me as to why I might be upset. That it is first not something that I can take care of and self-regulate within myself. And once I really gotten straight and right with that in myself, and explored all the shadows and all the feelings that come up around maybe feeling underappreciated or not valued, or just some examples, and just checking in about like, okay, is that my work? Is that my work, is to look at how I'm really needing validation, for example, or or should this person give it to me, and should I talk to them about the ways in which I would like them to be around me, and if it's worth it to you, and just like looking at the whole landscape of our interpersonal relations, and our and our relationship to our inner and personal growth. So I think I got a little off there, went off on a little tangent, but tending our human relationships is essential, especially to creating a foundation upon which we can truly create effective change in the world. It's really been kind of like my quote, the thing that I've been really like sharing in all of the workshops and trainings that I've been doing over the years. So relationship, earth, tending, nurturing, understanding, learning about ourselves through the process. So kind of a little intro, and I wanted to go into some of the benefits of cultivating a life-giving community, and what that can be in its fullest, most mature potential, and what that can offer to you, and what that can offer to others and the earth and collective and individual service. So, number one, talking about genuine relations. So, genuine relations is a benefit of cultivating a life-giving community because they're like no bullshit. They're real, raw, honest, truthful, pure, good intentioned. Everything's out on the table. There's nothing to hide. We're not hiding from ourselves. We're not hiding from those relations, those human relations. Willing to be in the dark and be in the light with these people, willing to confront ourselves through what they trigger in us. This creates this depth of connection and depth of understanding and a depth of growth, ultimately resulting in a life-giving relation, a life-giving human. So that's like really, you know, on a one-on-one basis, but kind of like keeping that principle and in, you know, in contact and in relation with everyone you know, and all of your community. And obviously, you know, if people that you're surrounded by aren't open to that type of vulnerability, or, you know, have a lot of their own work to do in order to get to that place of being willing and able to create that kind of relationship, you know, it happens where when you start creating that, you know, there are people in our lives that aren't going to be in our lives anymore because they may not be, you know, ready to have that experience and challenge. And that's okay too. That's okay. And you can still love, care for, and, you know, and inspire and support others in a way that feels, you know, spacious and good for you. Genuine relations. Number 2 is strength and power. So, community, strong, resilient relationships, whether 2 people, whether 3, whether 4, whether 5, whether 20. The deeper and more resilient and more tending we put into those relationships, the more strength that is created among those people, the more power to affect change on a personal, each individual level, on the inside and on the outside. So we're talking about unifying hearts and unifying minds in a profound way that allows, if cultivated correctly, and, well, not correctly, but if cultivated with intentionality, can be miraculous, can create incredible and amazing results and change and transformation and beauty in the world. I've been really involved for the past 6 years in the Native American church, which is a traditional ceremony, and something that's really been beautiful in my learnings with that has been how in each ceremony there's always a sponsor, which is the person that that is needing a prayer, is needing help, is needing something. And the basis for the ceremony is that each and every person that joins and sits in circle overnight is offering their hearts and their minds to the prayer, to the intention, to the what this person is needing. So this very old practice of aligning the hearts and minds of a group of people, directing it and aiming it at and towards an intention, together, united. I've heard stories from my spiritual elders that they've seen major healings occur. They've seen tumors, disappear, and so many other incredible stories. And that's in these ways. That's in the teepee. And at the same time, this is a full reflection of the strength and the power that can be cultivated intentionally with groups of people and with other human beings. So that's a bit on number 2, strength and power. And then moving into accountability is number 3, benefits of cultivating a life-giving community. So when you're fully seen, acknowledged, heard, and cared for deeply by other human beings, like I said before, there's nowhere you can hide. If you share your goals and you share your intentions and the things that you want to create in your life and in the world, and you're open and vulnerable about that, and you're making an offering by sharing that, your life-giving human relation is most likely going to hold you accountable for that. They're going to try and hold you in integrity with what you said you're going to do and what you want for yourself in your life. And this is the kind of community that is regenerative, that supports the overall well-being of the tribe, of the community. And so in accountability is something that I think a lot of us really, really need. And it's okay to need it too. It's okay to need support and staying focused on what you're wanting and desiring. And not even that, really. It's staying focused to allow your soul's offering, your soul's work to make its way through into this earth and into this reality. So just help you not get too distracted from that path. So the final benefit is personal growth. So this one really, is so weaved obviously throughout everything that I've already talked about. So woven, but the personal growth piece is massive. And one of the most challenging things about cultivating a life-giving community or having a life-giving community is, so I've been living in community for the past 5 years, and man, people, think, oh, it's like utopia, it's so peace, love, unity, freedom, land, dancing, beauty, and whoa, does it bring up your shit. It's like when you open those portals with other humans of depth, you're also getting their mirrors. I mean, it's like, it's like you're with your romantic life partner or your boyfriend, girlfriend, and, they bring up your shit. Like, they make you look at things wounds, childhood wounds, parents' wounds from, programming and conditioning. But it's like having many romantic relations, but platonic, and they just as much trigger things in you that you don't necessarily want to see, but it's an opportunity to continue coming back to humility, to look at the ways in which they're just being them, and it's all about your response and how you interact with those confrontations or those triggers. And through that mirroring, it can help us grow tremendously more. I feel like I've gone through more personal growth and healing literally just by living in community and cultivating these life-giving relations than probably any other thing I've done. And it can be really challenging, and it can bring up so much, and it's part of the journey. So I think it's the outcomes and the benefits and the results of giving yourself to this work and to this cultivation is a beautiful thing, and not just beautiful, it's essential right now in this time to do that work. So I'm going to share, just to close, some practical ways to cultivate a life supporting community right away in your home, community, town, family. So one thing you can do is start to practice something called a check-in. You can do this with your partner, you can do this with your family, your roommates, your team, your business team, and it's just as simply like checking in, what's on your heart, what's on your mind, what is real for you right now, like what's really going on in your life, and how can you presence that to the group so that we can just get a deeper insight and understanding of who you are and where you're at. Second is harvesting collective intelligence. So this is a practice that you can learn about through different books, and I have different guidelines and techniques for holding world cafes and different ways to harvest the wisdom in a group and use it to point it at a solution to help create like an action plan to make things happen in the community or in your teams or in your business. Hone your communication by learning compassionate communication practices or nonviolent communication practices. So this, is without much explanation, will help you in deeply communicating communicating easier with more fluidity and peace and nonviolence. Level up your facilitation skills. So hold group work, like hold councils, hold circles, hold guide groups, bring people into states of vulnerability where they feel like they can open up their hearts and their minds and build that resilience among people. Make gratitude offerings to the ones you love. So in whatever little ways you can do that, nurture and nourish those relationships. Send gifts, send notes, send, whatever it looks like. Just tend to those relations. Show up for your blood family. This can be challenging for a lot of us, especially those of us who are blazing weird alternative paths. And something I've grown to really appreciate and nurture in my own life is to try to go home to Michigan, where my family's from, at least 3 if not 4 times a year to be with my nephews, to like really sink in with my family and take home all the medicine that I've been able to cultivate within myself and receive from others, and bring that home. And even if it doesn't feel received, which a lot of times it doesn't, but that's not what it's about, you know? It's not about the outcome. It's just about the journey. So show up for your blood family even when it's hard. And then finally, this kind of goes along with that, but do mundane and supportive things to help the ones you love. So like joyfully and gratefully make offerings to your friends and your family and your community by showing up for them when they need help, or showing up for them when you know, they're doing things like cleaning out their house because they're moving, or you know, taking them to the doctors, or you know, helping them with their resume building, or like, you know, maybe a friend's looking for a job. Maybe you can help look for them. Maybe they're looking for a new home or a place to live. Like, put that extra effort in to get some, you know, some ideas, give them some ideas, and look and help them do that research, you know, just simple things like that. So these are really, really important principles, I think, to live by in terms of cultivating a life-giving community. And I am so deeply passionate about that work. And I think it's just one piece to this whole grand, you know, whole vision of Earth Embodied leadership. And I'm so excited for you to watch the other segments of this and take away something amazing from each one, and see how, you know, you can come up with your own conclusions, how they all, you know, in complement to one another, birth and create their own unique lessons. And yeah, so please do share your reflections on this, and I'd love to hear from you. I did want to let you know before I jump off that I will be having a facilitator training in May, at the beginning of May, in San Diego, California. I think it's May 3rd through 5th at Terra Madre Gardens, which is this gorgeous farm community and retreat center in Escondido. And this is my second yearly facilitator training. And then I'm also having a 3-month group mentorship program starting in April called The Greenhouse, which is creating a container for nurturing, growing, and watering our seeds that we're coming into the program with, and creating this community, life-giving community around that, around your visions for yourself, your life, your work, and the offering that you're wanting to make to the world and to the planet, and creating a container for 3 months to help you like fully do that and get into integrity and alignment with that. So that's only 12 spaces for that. So if you're really interested, go ahead on the website earthjourneys.org to learn more about the greenhouse. And then finally, I have one-on-one mentorship opportunities as well, and that is a 3-month and a 6-month commitment. And that really is supporting you. I see myself as a bit of a vision doula, and nurturing and supporting with accountability and fierceness to hold you and help steward you into your work, your service, your gift, your offering, while working through all the emotional aspects of ourselves that come up along the way. So if any of that feels of benefit or, you know, resonance with you, please do reach out, and would love to talk more and explore these opportunities with you. So with that, I will let the next mentor come on and share. I hope that you enjoyed the Cultivating a Life-Giving Community segment. Thank you so much.